Welcome to Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Let's talk some sports, have some lunch on ESPN 98.1 FM and 850 AM WRUF.
Hello and welcome into a Tuesday edition of Sports Scene, ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF. I'm Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some sports. Got a good lineup of guests today. We're going to bring in live with us now Gator quarterback Graham Mertz to join us here on Sports Scene. Graham, welcome to the show. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm looking forward to it.
Doing great. Let me ask this first of all. Much is made about team chemistry, Graham, and some groups have it, some groups don't. Thus far, with this group, what do you see in terms of team chemistry?
I see great team chemistry. I think we got the right guys in this locker room. I mean, they care about this team. They care about each other. When you think about team chemistry, and I mean, I've been on a lot of good teams with great team chemistry, but it's where you really see it is either in your hardest workout or a really hot practice, and you see the guys that can sustain that energy the entire time. The reason they do that is because they're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it for each other because they know that there's a bigger purpose. And I can speak on just this offseason. I've seen that, and that's fired me up.
We got work to do. We got work to do. Win your matchup. Win your matchup.
And just the whole level of accountability where, guys are leading themselves, but they're reaching out and they're leading other people. I think that is where you find that team chemistry. I know what we need to do from a player's end here to get where we want to go. And I know that we left a lot on the table. For us, we just want to finish the job.
This isn't an opportunity that comes without its cost. Like, this is something where they've given up their spring break to specifically invest in themselves, and to know that we've had multiple guys want to choose to do that because of the program that we've created is really fulfilling for us as a team. Not only do they have to apply and be selected to come on these trips, they have to dedicate beforehand, investing in themselves and honing some of those skills before we go out and intermingle with a lot of these corporate entities. So part of that is perfecting elevator pitches, making sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date and right, making sure you understand the difference between networking and connecting and how to be a good mentor and mentee, understanding those relationships, how to work a room, how to navigate conversation.
So to kick off our LA business trip, we were lucky enough to go to the LA Showroom, a very exclusive clothing store.
Yeah, so these are both the Travis Scotts. This one's the cooler one. My favorite on this rack.
Mott was able to basically show us how he started his business, starting from the ground up, showing the players and our athletes how to create a business, how to start from nothing and end up with something.
When we were strategically picking partnerships, one thing that we were able to do is capitalize on the interest and excitement around the fashion industry that our guys have. If you've ever seen a Gator walk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Our guys are dripped out, and I think for them to have the experience of how does that happen from a supply chain sense, how does that happen from keeping up with industry trends and moderations.
I learned a lot. He said that when you started out, you had to be patient, and I think that's a problem that a lot of us deal with today is impatience, because I deal with that too. The best lesson I learned was you're going to take some L's, so you just got to bounce back.
We just got out of the NFL Network facility. We got to have a tour of the whole place, get to see some of the studios, and even got to be on air for a couple of seconds while they were doing Free Agency Frenzy. My favorite part, they gave us the opportunity to sit down and actually be mock news anchors and do a little bit with the teleprompter, and it was really fun getting to sit down with a couple of the teammates.
Good afternoon, University of Florida, and welcome to our inaugural show.
And the insiders of, it's hard to see.
So we also got to listen to a panel of people who work for NFL Network. It was really cool hearing from them, especially when they get to work across the whole company and how those different parts of the company interact and work together.
At NFL Studios, they were able to connect with who is it that creates their audience of the future, people that will want to watch them play on Sundays, and how does that happen through a lot of different departments of the organization.
The next stop was the Lakers. We just got back from there. That was also an insane experience. We got to go to the court all the way to the locker room, and I saw LeBron's locker. I never thought I would ever see that.
So for us to learn from marketing, from community engagement, from in-game engagement, from the president's office, from operations, kind of a bit of everyone at the Lakers, for them to be able to put themselves and say, my skill set is valued here and this is why. As an athletic organization, one of the most recognized in the entire world, they're just as competitive as the competitors on the field. And so to see them kind of function in those spaces and transfer those skills over is important for us. Day 3 centered around tech and the tech industry. So starting off at Google, something that all of our guys use, but very few of us understand to its full complexity. Part of that was looking through different corporate partnerships, namely those in sports and entertainment. We're fortunate enough to hear actually from former athletes as well, and how their experiences have helped craft their experience now in tech as a profession.
It's incredible. I mean, after spending time as an athlete myself, having the opportunity to take a step back and kind of share your learnings that you've gone through throughout the course of your career, and to give that back to other athletes that have had similar scenarios is incredible.
Just seeing how everything operated behind the scenes, the media side of everything. This story really connected with me just because I see myself in him, a similar background, and probably want to get to where he's at.
I think a lot of it starts with your core and your hard work and your work ethic. Everyone knows as an athlete the amount of time and commitment you have to put into your craft. You have to take that same approach in professionally in business, and just being a sponge to kind of learn and absorb, whether it's from your teammates that you're playing with, or also now business professionals in the professional sense.
I felt like there's a lot to learn. This is the place that I wanted to go for this trip. After talking with the panel, I'd say the one thing I took away is to always reach out and look for connections. Connections were a main reason why a lot of the people got to the position they were in today.
Activision Blizzard was a cool experience for everyone. These are games that we engage in and play competitively against each other all the time, but then to see what all goes into it.
So the fact that they have this internal kind of advice or just insight on what parts of gaming are available to them is kind of amazing.
It was important for us to also hear from their different hiring capacities. So what is it that they look for in someone who wants to get into the world of gaming?
We heard from many different people, from our marketing leads and our PR leads. I spoke from a DE&I perspective and as a former student athlete about the importance of how you can focus in on your talents and skill sets and really practice now on becoming what you want to as a professional.
So we're at Paramount Studios today. We just got done. They're giving us a tour around all the cool areas that they shoot and the different areas that they make the movies and TV shows that we love to watch. It was great. Ari was a real cool dude. From the second he sat down, shook my hand, introduced himself. Just cool to hear from someone else who came from the same place that we did, that I'm going to right now. So it was cool to ask him a few questions and learn to help me figure out kind of what I want to do and what it would look like to pursue a future in a place like Paramount Picture Studios.
Oh, I mean, the GatorMade program, man, it's one of a kind. I mean, the older I get, the more I see it. This is my second GatorMade trip. I went to New York last year for spring break, and I keep all the notes, all the internships, so it's going to help me take leaps into the professional world whenever my football career is over.
So for our staff to have any hand in that development and that growth is incredibly special, and something we consider the ultimate privilege to get to do, is to shape the lives of young people.
We want to work hands and feet, man. Hands and feet working at the same time. Hands and feet working at the same time. And when we swipe, for one, we want to keep our hands up. We want to keep our hands up, and we want to have some upper body violence when we do this. Keep those hands up. Keep those hands up and keep them open. All right? We even got this little view right here. And I'm gonna coach you I'm gonna coach everything. Cleats, how you tape, all that. You know, coming in during this time, it's really a matter of getting organized, identifying issues, and in terms of the players, it's just, really identifying what they need. I think that's what I've done. Oh. See how you drop your hands every time? Yes, sir. Camera don't lie. Look, we even see the bird flying by. It's details, man. How that's right there. Huh? Now this ain't for y'all YouTube. This ain't for your Instagram and all that. Now this is real, man. I want to be so detailed that we come and we watch this in high definition right here. That's what we're doing right there. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like that before, huh? Coming into the job is identifying, okay, what do we need? What do we need to get better? Is there a new standard within the room that we need to set and kind of hit the reset button, and then it's just start to build, start to go, And that's showing up on tape now. You got to play with a good base, feet should be shoulder width apart, right? Inside stagger, okay? I can sit here and say toe to heel, right? Some guys going to be a little bit more toe to heel, okay?
He coaches us hard. He demands a lot out of us, but at the end of the day, I think in spring it showed that the work that he's put in and the work that we put in is working. So I think the things that he's doing and how he coaches us, how he takes control in the meetings and stuff like that, it shows.
I gotta stop. These pants. I ain't know. None of y'all told me that my pants were like that.
He makes the game enjoyable. He makes watching film enjoyable, being in the meeting rooms all day enjoyable, just by doing little things like that.
But I just didn't know that I was on a high rise like that. None of y'all told me either, so just so how much y'all care about me. Good. What stays in the living room stays in the living room. Even though we got cameras in here right now, it's the living room. You see the lamp? Make sure they get our lamp on your video. Make sure they get our Jamari Lyons brought that in here. And we're gonna get us a refrigerator. We got a candle over there, ain't lit right now, but this is really the living room here. Yeah, we call it the living room. That's exactly what it is.
The meeting room is the living room. So whatever we say in the living room, stay in the living room. You come from practice and you got did bad on one play or you messed up. We're gonna let you know that you messed up, but at the same time we're gonna push you to do better. And I think having that safe space has allowed us to grow as a unit.
Okay, this is starting to show up like in one-on-one pass rush versus a quick set. Okay, it's starting to show up. We just got to be better on our transition. We got to be better on our counters. You put something that's not meeting expectation on tape, somebody's going to say something. And it's not just me as the coach. Here at Florida, we hit the ground. We have to practice that way. If we want to be intense, if we want to be violent, we want to play fast, we want to play nasty, we need to practice that way. It's not just going to happen. I don't like to give speeches. Once we hit the practice field, it's time to work. And that's what we're doing. We're working.
Yeah! It's called a D-line. You make the choice. Everybody's got a choice. Boom, about to go. Run your feet. I like that. Good. Transition. Yeah. Quick. Good.
And he demands a lot from me. He's gonna coach the way that he can get the best out of you.
Now let's go. Sense of urgency, man. Ball ready, we ready, man. Get you lined up. Come out of your hips. Let's go.
I wanted to form a united front, and I think that did improve, and I think that it's still improving. And I needed to start to see a sense of family amongst the group. Throughout the spring, I think guys started to take ownership, and it has to continue throughout the summer. Ultimately, those are going to be the things that help us win.
Keep working. Good.
defensive staff. You talk about how the personalities have meshed together and the chemistry that's there and getting everybody on the same page.
Yeah, I think first of all, Will with the defensive backs and Gerald with the front. I think you've got two personalities that rub off on the group. There's some urgency there. I do think they're both phenomenal teachers. I think they've got high expectations for their players.
Good! Good! There you go, Ja! There you go, Ja! I want you guys to keep practicing. When they look, we do what? We look. Everybody good on that part? Here we go. Let's work. Work on three. Work on me. 1, 2, 3. Work.
What was it like playing at USC in the tradition? I mean, Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. It's not like here. It's not like here.
You don't think?
I think that.
McDonald. We got a lot of guys. Dennis Starn.
Ain't like here.
Yes, sir. Play it, play it, play it. Good job. Play it, play it. Good job, Bryce. Hey, 18. That's a hell of a rep, boy. Yes, sir.
This preparation Harris done built in us and watching film and make sure if you don't do it right, he going to point you out. And it goes for anybody. Just make sure everybody on point. No matter if you're young or old, he's going to make sure you on point and make sure that you always got the right technique.
Good. Hey, Teddy, still hopping, right? Make sure your feet is calm, okay? I saw he pulled. I saw. Good.
Like, he's very energetic, and I feel like with still kids in college, I feel like you need that. Especially like he can relate to us. He's gonna be in the drills. Like he can do it. So it really, I feel like everybody can just buy in even more. He's just saying, oh, if my coach can do it, I gotta do it too.
So he had a pick, so he good. Look,
he good. He's
certified.
He good. He's certified.
He all freshman, all SEC.
I mean, like I said, our group is pretty solid now, and these guys buy in. And when we do, it's gonna be some special stuff that's happening. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's really of all of us coming together. We can sit here and talk individually about each and every player, but once all those guys come together in that room, that's when the special stuff happens as a DB unit. Because you say the explosives, you say like the turnovers, that's a whole unit together. And so just understanding that part of it, it's not just one of them, it's all of them.
I don't care if you're a freshman to a senior. If you like see something wrong or somebody not doing right, we all can talk to each other and we have that type of bond.
Just breaks everything down to the T. Like, he's gonna go all the way down to the small details. So like, there's nothing left for interpretation. Like, well, was it supposed to be this or supposed to be that? Like, nah, he's gonna tell you like a clear guideline, a clear standard of like what everything that you do in the room, like how it's supposed to operate.
Off and inside, stay square. Fly, come. Good. Run! Fit, yes sir. Get to the ball.
It's either ours or nobody's. I'm sure some of the guys already said that. Like, that ball is either ours or nobody's. And so that's the mindset we gotta have.
I feel like we played more like a unit. Like, we're playing all together, a lot of confidence, flying to the ball, trying to make plays. That's kind of what we kind of wanted to focus on this spring, playing like as a unit.
Like, I feel like we did a great job of people buying in, which is, if we want to go to where we want, I feel like everybody should lock in even more.
I think you just got to push them. I mean, at the end of the day, we always say it's a standard in our room. Point blank period. And so that goes for anybody, that goes for myself as well. Let's be real, this is the University of Florida. I grew up watching this place, I watched them win championships, and we're gonna get back to that, and we gotta keep that standard.
I'm going to tell you what, we've got a hungry group, We got a group that's got something to prove. When you really take a good look at things, this is the most experienced group that we've had. I think as a coach, as an organization, we want to try to build a veteran team. And I would say that we have that.
Hide your numbers. You're in the hole.
I think the leadership on this team is the best it's been Overall, what I would say is I'm impressed with the leadership and accountability.
Us during this offseason, during this winter offseason, we had a whole lot of things change, and we had to go through that together. And I think by us going through that together, us working hard, putting in that work together every day, that camaraderie, like, it just led to us wanting to do more for each other and understanding that you actually had to work hard for that play, and we appreciate that you put all your hard work and effort into that play.
I think it's been a great response. I think there's been a culture shift. It's been different this year. Starting in January, guys were just locked in together, not just individually. And I think that's really important for a team to grow. Into the spring practice, it was something that we're stressing each and every day for guys to keep working and keep keeping on. If you're having a bad day, forget about it. Next play mentality is something that I try to strive for myself and lead into others.
I think everybody's got closer. Everybody has that one goal in mind now. Everybody wants to push each other to our limits.
Good job. Good job. Sack right here.
We got to understand that we got to take this brotherhood and bring it out on the field, and we got to fight for each other each play, because everything is not going to be pretty. Every play is not going to be perfect. I wouldn't trade my brothers for nothing in the world, and I wouldn't go through anything. I wouldn't choose to go through anything with anybody else but them. So
here they come. Here they come. Ball out. Did you catch it? Touchdown. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. That's it. Huh? Yeah. Conditioning. Here we go. All right, listen to me, okay? No matter what sports you play, man, it's a developmental sport. And hard work pays off. Intentional work pays off. Well planned out, right? With detail, with discipline. Have a plan, work your plan. Out the gate, out the gate, out the gate, out the gate.
you can't earn anything you haven't worked for. You got to be able to go in day and day out and put this work in consistently and do it the right way.
Hey! Woo! Woo! Now look, attitude's a choice. Okay, things happen to you. Maybe it doesn't quite go your way, right? You say, why me? Right? Why me? Then maybe you get put in situations where you got an opportunity. Maybe there's a little bit of doubt, and you say, why not me? Okay, now that's just a simple shift in attitude. It's a choice that you make.
I care about these guys in this locker room so much, and I care about the University of Florida and the success of this program.
Every time we step on that field, you gotta give your all just because of the people that came before.
All right, are we gonna be intentional with every day that we have the rest of the way? That's what we gotta ask ourselves. Look, I'm at the University of Florida. I've got opportunity. The work's in front of me. Why not me? Let's go.